Christmas Eve here on Metal Band's Chronicles, where metal lives. That's right, you know what, since it's Christmas Eve, I figured, you know what, we would start our top list for 2020. That's right, we're going to do a top 30 list for 2020. The best releases of 2020, in my opinion, when it comes to metal. You know what, there is a couple hard rock ones thrown in here for measure. A couple comeback albums, but you know what, let's get started without further ado. By the way, this episode of Metal Band's Chronicles here on this Christmas Eve is kindly brought to you by Jägermeister. That's right, bitches. Let's get on with it. Coming in at number 10. Coming in at number 30, excuse me. Coming in at number 30, we got Ballistic Sadistic by Annihilator, the 17th studio album by these Canadian thrash metal legends, led by Jeff Waters. You know what, there's been so many lineup changes within this band, it's hard to keep track of it. But you know what, this is a solid album. Jeff sounds pretty damn good on the vocals, you know. It's a really good thrash metal album in my opinion. Is it the best Annihilator album? Absolutely not. Obviously the first two albums are the best. But you know, if you want good solid thrash metal, I'd say get this. And this one is straight up thrash for the most part. There's no ballads on here. There's no mid-paced hard rock tracks on here like on some other Annihilator albums. So yeah, pretty good album. And it comes in at number 30. By the way, in the background before we go on, we are listening to this classic from 1985. This underrated thrash metal debut album, Fear of Tomorrow by Artillery. Coming in at number 29. Another veteran proto-metal hard rock act who has been around for well over 50 years. 53 years to be exact. I'm talking about Deep Purple with Whoosh. You know, these guys are in their mid-70s now. Well, Steve Morris is still in his late 60s, I believe, but I'll tell you what, for being older guys, for being in the twilight of their career, they can still put out some pretty darn good albums. Yes, Ian Gillan can't hit the high notes like he used to, but he still sounds pretty good in the mid-range, you know what I'm saying? I think this is a really good album. Coming in at number 28, we got another comeback album. First album in 33 years by these guys. I'm talking about Alcatraz with Born Innocent. Really good comeback album. Now on here you got Joe Stump on guitars. Stylistically quite similar to Yngwie Malmsteen, you know. He does all that neoclassico, arpeggios, sweep arpeggios and stuff like that, you know, like Yngwie does. So he fits the band quite well. You know, Graham Bonnet, for being 72 years old, sounds phenomenal on here. Very good album in my opinion. Okay, now we are up to 27. Now this is a newer band. A pretty newer band that came out on Scott Waters' label, No Life Till Metal. Now, it's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Technically, this is an EP. Technically, it's an EP, but I'm talking about From the Ruin with Into Chaos, their debut. Hey man, this is a pretty stellar debut, man. If you're into melodic thrash metal like Flotsam and Jetstam, you know, I would say check these guys out, or even Metal Church, you know. It's pretty good stuff for being a debut, man. I like it. Number 26, another EP coming in at 26. But this is a really good EP. Yes, it's only roughly around 6 minutes long. Now, this would be the Grey album or Black album by Philip Anselmo's black metal project, Scour. This thing is brutal. This thing is punishing. If you're into Morduk, you will definitely be into this. Definitely their most brutal release to date. You know, really good EP. That's why it's in my list. Number 25. Now we are down to the top 5. Another comeback album, man. Another comeback album here. We got the Crowmags, which I didn't see anybody really talk about this year. With In the Beginning. Hardcore legends, obviously, you know. You got Rocky George from Suicidal Tendencies playing guitar on this. I definitely recommend you guys check this newest Chromag out. Chromags, yes. I don't think a lot of people probably know about it. But yes, this is a freaking good album. It's definitely a return to that hardcore punk type of sound, mixed with the thrash. And you can definitely tell it's Rocky George on guitars. Now we got another one here from No Life Till Metal Records also, But this is a really good album. The band's called Hellbender. I believe this is their second release. American Nightmare. This thing is freaking heavy. Heavy. It's got some punchy production on it, man. Now, if you like Rob Duke's era Exodus, mixed with a little bit of Hatebreed, I think this would be up your alley. This is definitely a really heavy album. Pretty brutal. I like it. Great album. Coming in at number... Is that number 4? That is number 4, okay. Number 24, excuse me, I'm getting confused with top 10 list here, I'm sorry. So coming in at number 23, now we got it right. Metal Commando by Primal Fear. This one definitely could have been ranked higher, but you know what, there's so many albums that have come out here in 2020 that have just been stellar releases. And this album's very good. The follow-up to Unbreakable, which I think's a good album too. A lot of people seem to not care for that album. To me, this album stylistically ain't much different. But it's Primal Fear, You're going to get what you get. You get a long epic on here. Infinity, which is well over 13 minutes long. This is a damn good album, though. Solid power metal by Primal Fear. Ralph Sheepers, man. Sounds phenomenal on this freaking album. Alright, another veteran power metal band who put out their 20th album here in 2020. I'm talking about Gravedigger with Fields of Blood. Great power metal. It's Gravedigger. Again, another band, you pretty much know what you're going to get when it comes to Gravedigger. Just solid heavy metal, solid power metal. This one's pretty epic. If you like the album Tunes of War from 1996, definitely check this out. It's got that Scottish feel to it, I love that artwork too. That is freaking a cool album cover, man. But yes, album number 20 by Gravedigger. Coming in at number 22 and coming in at number 21. Another album that seems to be put under the radar. But this is a freaking good album, and this is their 25th album. Another German power metal legendary band, Rage. Rage with Wings of Rage. I'll tell you what, this band don't disappoint. I don't know how they do it this far in their career with 25 albums. That's a lot of freaking albums, man. I'm telling you, man. But these guys deliver. And this is no exception. This is just solid power metal, man. Anyways, that's part 1 of this top 30 album ranking here on Metal Vents Chronicles. Stay tuned, it's Christmas Eve. I know what we're going to do here on Christmas Eve. We're going to listen to metal. That's what the fuck we're going to do. Alright, guys. Keep it metal.